guys, so today I'm going to show you an idea for a lesson for interior design or an activity that I have my high school interior design students do. They are in grades 9, 10, 11, and 12, all mixed into one class. So to start out the course, one of the first units that we cover is the color wheel and color. So to start out the unit, I have them color their own color wheel. They label all of the colors on the edges, and then they also label the color types, so primary, secondary, and tertiary. And then they can use this as a reference throughout the rest of the unit and throughout the rest of the semester as well. And then the next activity I like to do to follow up with that, once we're talking about how to make all those different secondary and tertiary colors, is I like to do this food coloring color wheel activity. So this is what it turns out like. This is a student's example from this semester. So in order to come up with this final product, the first thing that I give the students is this color mixing worksheet. Each of the secondary and tertiary colors are listed here, and students have to write down what it takes to make each of these colors. So what other colors have to be mixed to create the colors that we find on the color wheel. So they fill this out, and then once they have completed this, they get this sheet. I print this one out on cardstock because they are going to be putting frosting on this, and it doesn't bleed through the cardstock. So you can print right on this, and then they can do the activity and be able to submit this. So once they get this, you'll notice the red, yellow, and blue colors are already labeled on here. So their first step after they complete the color mixing worksheet is to go through and label these other colors and make sure everything's in the right spot before they mix any colors and put anything on here. Once this is labeled, the next step is they're going to fill in their red, yellow, and blue swatches on their color wheel with the frosting that I've already mixed for them. So I just buy cans of white frosting and food coloring, and then I dye it yellow, blue, and red. And I set those three colors down at each table, and then they fill in their red, yellow, and blue circles. And then the next step is to create the secondary colors. So then they're going to create their violet, orange, and green using the red, yellow, and blue. And then their next step is they are going to create all of the tertiary colors using their primary and secondary colors. I give them paper plates and then toothpicks and plastic spoons so they can use the pre-mixed colors on those, mix it up, and then they really only need a tiny bit of frosting to create their final swatches on their color wheel. Students really enjoy this activity, and it's really simple. It takes a little bit of preparation just to get all the food coloring to the right colors. You have to use quite a bit, especially of the red and the yellow to get them dark enough. The blue really works of any shade, but then they are able to get really, really good, beautiful colors to actually make a full color wheel. So this is a really fun and fairly simple activity that you could do with your interior design students.